I'm going to walk you through the ELMS Alpha 3 distribution, installation, and otherwise. So what you're going to do is go to drupal.psu.edu and click on the Code tab and then ELMS Alpha 3. So you can either just click the download button, or if you want to see the details of what's included in this version, you can go here and then click the download button. And you're going to get a zip file, which when you unzip it, it'll look something like this. So it's very standard Drupal in that way. I'm using this in MAMP, so I'm going to go into the MAMP folder, htdocs, and then I'm going to copy that ELMS folder over there. So you see I have an exact copy right there. So I've turned on my local host now. Those messages showed up from earlier. So ELMS Content Alpha 3. So I'm going to click ELMS Content Alpha 3, save and continue. I'm going to pause and put in my password here. Alright, so it's building now. I'm going to get normal site name information, all that good stuff, just like I would if I was building a Drupal site. I should go with BTO Pro. Password here for this test. And I'm going to not check for updates just because Drupal.org was a little wonky earlier when I was doing it in terms of speed, and I don't need that slowing it down. So this is going to take a little bit of time here because it's 64 meg unzip or somewhere in that neighborhood, but not too terribly long. So this is the first page you're going to get. Right now we haven't done a whole lot with the initial page when you launch into the interface, but it's gone and it's installed, you know, your standard fare 4 or 5 years worth of work in a couple of seconds, whatever, not a big deal, right? So you can see the interface is pretty much driven from the bottom here for all users, which is a little different from anyone that's used to administering a Drupal site, as everything's up here. So I tried to move it away from there. But so you have these 3 pages to start. You have a home page which just says, hey, you can get training information like this tutorial you're watching right now at elms.psu.edu. There's an OER course tab, which is a view that's going to kick out any OER courses you publish, and course list, which is going to be for logged in users, and they can see the courses they're enrolled in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a course, obviously, because there aren't any. So if I click ELMS Admin at the bottom, I'll get course list, which just takes me to this page, academic unit list, which if you want to change the units you can, and create course. So I'm going to create a course. Academic area, so you can see I just have generic Department 1, Department 2. So let's make music, make a music course. And the path is going to be music. You can either select protected or open. This not only does the authentication protection to ensure that users are logged in for protected courses versus OER, which is free to the world, but it also filters it into either one of these views up here. Description, this is just for on listing pages. And footer, I did this in 2011. So you can see steps to course creation over here. So you can either click the bottom of the, or button at the bottom, or you can click it over here. So next step. So this is going to save, create my initial entry in the system of a course. And you'll see the theme changes as well. That's something that we're working on, but the default theme for a course is chamfer, so that's why it does it. So second page is documentation. So these are some of the documents that our group uses. Obviously, you don't have to put anything in, but it's good to try and centralize that stuff just to get everybody on the same page in your unit. Next step. Content outline. So I can't really create a content outline because this is the first course. So no, we won't create one. You can select your navigation style here too. And then you can build a schedule. So I'll just build a very short one. Scroll down and see all the options. I'll get into that in more detail in a later video. This is just to get you off the ground here. So you'll see it's going to go and build the schedule using the batch API. Okay, permissions rebuilt, and lastly theme, which I'm just going to save. So walked you through creating your first course. In the next video, we'll get into some of the details of content creation.